This week, I had the privilege of sitting with the father of Romi Gonen, a 23-year-old Israeli who was kidnapped on October 7th by Hamas from the Nova Music Festival. Today, after almost 9 months, Romi, whose smile alone is contagious and spreads light wherever it's displayed, remains in Hamas captivity along with over 100 hostages, including 5 Americans. I sat with Romi's father, I saw her home and the place she lived. I was in her room, still hauntingly untouched, the very place where she prepared to go with friends on the 7th of October, not knowing she wouldn't be coming back for 8 months and counting. But after the initial heartbreak of hearing about Romi, I felt enraged. From day one, the international community has turned their back on our hostages, falsely portraying the conflict as being Israel against Palestinians rather than Israel against Hamas, a terror organization. Instead of providing proof of life or delivering medicine to hostages who were in desperate need, the Red Cross did nothing. Instead of demands to release all hostages and pressure Hamas, the UN and other organizations condemned Israel. Even when we liberated our own hostages, because the IDF killed their captors in the process of the rescue, they were condemned. Instead of a balanced media coverage, we see an ongoing theme of false equivalency between civilian hostages held by Hamas and convicted Palestinian terrorists serving time in prison that Hamas once released. Instead of protesting for the hostages who have suffered torture, sexual assault, pro-Hamas protesters in the West have spent months tearing down posters of hostages, violently assaulting Jews abroad, and gaslighting with a range of lies that vacillate between complete denial of the atrocities Hamas committed on October 7th, claiming the hostages didn't have it so bad in Gaza, and calling to repeat October 7th until Israel is destroyed. By the end of the day on October 7th, the entire world, including the Arab world, should have demanded Hamas return each and every hostages, something which could have prevented a lot of bloodshed. But the world didn't. The media didn't. The UN didn't. The NGOs didn't. And the result, this hostage diplomacy, is exactly what encourages regimes like the Islamic Republic of Iran and its proxies, Hamas and Hezbollah, to continue to use kidnappings, rape, and torture as methods of war. Appeasement of kidnappers breeds more kidnapping, just as appeasement of terrorists breeds more terrorism. Now is the time the global community needs to decide which side of history they will choose. Will you stand with Israel against the barbarity of Hamas, or will you be an enabler of the future kidnappings and crimes against humanity that will undoubtedly occur if the world does not act? The choice should be obvious. Bring them home now.